Life insurance. Everything you need to know so you don't get scammed. Have you ever thought if your life insurance really covers you or if you're being ripped off? We show you everything you need to know to keep your family and yourself safe in this movie. What are the most common mistakes people make, and how can you be sure they get the best deal? Stay with us as we show you how to use life insurance like a pro and feel confident about your financial future. It is possible for anyone to become a victim. The most common victims are senior adults who are either trying to purchase new life insurance or update the policy they already have. Generally speaking, cons share a few characteristics in common. It is not uncommon for them to offer deals that appear to be too good to be true. Also, they have a tendency to try to convince you to take urgent action. It is not in the criminal's best interest to provide you time to reflect or communicate with your loved ones and friends. Let us have a look at the operation of 5 well-known scams involving life insurance. As soon as you are able to identify them, you will be better equipped to steer clear of them. Inquiry for private information or monetary compensation. It's possible that lawbreakers will pose as employees of your insurance business. They are going to get in touch with you to let you know that there is an issue with your insurance. As an illustration, they can assert that they require your assistance in rectifying an error that was made with your social security number. If you would only spend a few moments to read it to them, they would be able to amend your records. It's also possible that they will assert that they never got your most recent payment. Unfortunately, in order to avoid cancellation, they require that money right now. In the event that you provide them with your credit card number, they may assert that they are able to update your account. Do not engage in conversation with unknown individuals who pretend to be speaking on behalf of your insurance provider. Always get in touch with your insurance provider by utilizing the contact information that is printed on your insurance documentation and have them clarify the unusual message that you have received. Your insurer will inform you as to whether or not the individual in question is a real person, an erroneous beneficiary. It is possible that you will be the target of the false beneficiary scam if you have just experienced the loss of a loved one. Crooks will make it appear as though you are waiting in line to get money from the insurance policy of a loved one. On the other hand, there is a minor issue. There is a small sum that is still owing and needs to be paid. Do not let the possibility of receiving money to cloud your thoughts and decisions. Getting in touch with the insurance provider that covers your loved one is a great way to set your mind at ease. However, you should not make use of the contact information that was provided to you because it is most likely not accurate. The policy of phoniness. On the other hand, having a false life insurance policy is the only thing that is worse than not having any life insurance at all. Printing documents or creating websites that appear like the real thing is something that con artists are able to achieve. Carry out some research before purchasing insurance. Are you familiar with this particular insurance company? What made this company decide to go with you? Get in touch with the insurance department of the state government in your area. It is possible that the insurance company and the agent will be included in the state's file if they are authentic. It is against the law to run an insurance company without first obtaining a license from the state. Coercion to purchase or alter insurance coverage frequently. Your whole life insurance policy may have amassed a sizable cash value during the course of its coverage. Consequently, a dishonest insurance salesman may put pressure on you to use that money to raise the amount of coverage you have. For the purpose of purchasing more coverage, they can suggest that you borrow money from your whole life plan. It's possible that you don't require a more extensive policy. Therefore, what is the motivation for an agent? Every time you broaden the scope of your coverage, there's a possibility that your agent's salary will increase. Another issue is that an agent might try to sell you a new policy that has the same coverage as the one you currently have, or even less coverage than the one you currently have. Whole life insurance frauds are a source of revenue for the agent regardless of the circumstances. It is beneficial to be aware of these possibilities so that you do not suddenly switch to a different policy or add to the one you already have. Inquire about the documents that demonstrate how making a change would benefit you. Agents who can be trusted will not hesitate to provide you with all of the documentation you require to make a decision. Advertise prices that are not truthful. Life insurance policies are sometimes promoted at rates that are significantly lower than the market average. If the insurance company offers such low premiums, you might be wondering how they manage to continue in business. Your right to be suspicious is justified due to the fact that the rates that are advertised might be deceiving. There is a possibility that the company is using the pricing in order to entice prospective new consumers who are not aware of the scam. The advertising prices can even give you the impression that they are only for persons who are in the best possible physical condition. Some people might be eligible, but only a small percentage of them. The typical person will have a rate that is significantly higher than the average. Nevertheless, you won't know until you submit your application. After you have been rejected, they will present you with a plan that has a higher rate. You decide to accept the offer since you do not want to deal with the hassle of applying to another organization. The company is hoping that you will act in this manner. There's a possibility that they will be able to sell you a more expensive plan if they are successful in attracting your attention by using a cheap rate. How to report fraudulent activity with life insurance. Everyone has the potential to become a victim of fraud, so do not be afraid to report the incidents. Tricksters anticipate that you will be too embarrassed to be able to inform anyone about what took place. Therefore, you should get in touch with the Consumer Protection Division or a fraud section in your state. Additionally, you have the option of reporting the occurrence to federal organizations such as the National Insurance Crime Bureau and the Federal Trade Commission. It is important to collect all of the evidence that pertains to the crime, which may include papers on paper or electronic devices, recordings of phone calls, emails, or direct messages. Moreover, you might have a record of the payment that you made. Do not forget to notify both your bank and your credit card provider about the risk of criminal activity. In addition, you should examine your accounts on a regular basis for any indications of theft. Overnight, con artists can cause irreparable harm to your financial image. They may empty your bank account and rack up a significant balance on your credit card if they pretended to be you and try to steal your money. If you require more specific guidance, you might think about working with an experienced attorney. Numerous attorneys have made it their specialty to assist victims of financial crimes. In order to safeguard yourself from additional harm, it is possible that you will need to pursue legal action. Identifying and avoiding fraudulent life insurance scams. Before agreeing to pass up money or personal information, you should always perform some investigation. Deal only with well-known insurance firms that provide a number of different options to get in touch with their office. Generally speaking, they will supply a telephone number, an email address, and occasionally a physical address as well. Under no circumstances should you reveal private information to outsiders who are pretending to be insurance agents. The information that is included in this comprises your social security number as well as the number of your credit card payment. Be wary of fraudulent insurance claims. Although it is unfortunate, fraudsters are attempting to take advantage of the fact that you require life insurance. However, now that you are aware of the different ways in which life insurance scams operate, you have a greater chance of avoiding being a victim. Before continuing the conversation, you should definitely do some research on the agent and the company, and you should only send your personal information or money to agents that you already know. Pay attention to any offers that appear to be too good to be true. To give you an example, what are the possibilities that someone made you a beneficiary without informing you? Similarly, it is possible that it is not acceptable for an agency to advertise rates that are as low as they actually are. If you do end up being a victim of insurance fraud, you should report it to the governing body. Make sure to maintain a close eye on your financial accounts in order to identify any strange activity. If you found this video helpful and want to stay informed about important financial tips and tricks, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Don't miss out on our future content designed to help you make smart, informed decisions.